Minecraft. To me, it's a word that triggers a lot of good memories from my childhood. It's a game that has been a major part of my life, as I was very young when this video game launched for the very first time. I remember booting the game up in early beta, and building my first dirt house made with a wooden door, hiding away from the night since I was actually spooked by the quiet nights in the early phases of Minecraft. I was also very young at that time in life. I went from single player to multiplayer after 3 months of playing, and I have never stopped playing multiplayer ever since. I have played many vanilla survival servers, visited tons of kit PvP servers, I've played Tech It, I've played Feed the Beast, which were expansion packs for Minecraft back in the day. They were actually really popular and very liked. I have grown up together with this game ever since. However, currently there is something I need to discuss with you guys in order to get it off my chest. Something is happening to Minecraft, and it has been happening for a while now. There is a very specific multiplayer game mode that is slowly ceasing to exist, as in it is no longer being played the way that it was intended to be played. I am of course speaking of the Minecraft Factions game mode. It's a fun mix of Minecraft multiplayer survival where you and your friends team up to become the strongest clan or faction on the server. You get to claim land with a power system. The more players your faction or clan counts, the more power you have, thus the more land your faction can claim or own. Claiming land will protect your base from basic griefing attempts. However, in war there is no rules. In this factions game mode you are allowed to plunder, raid and eventually grief enemy factions. Killing enemy players will lower their power level, eventually allowing you to take over their territory and claiming it as your own. It's a really fun game mode where you and your friends get to take over other people's factions, eventually taking your own crew to the very top. I remember enjoying this game mode to the fullest because of its simplicity, starting with very little items, maybe one full iron kit that you would get from spawn, building a base, protecting it with a few walls that you had to manually build, trying to make cactus farms manually, trying to make farms in general for a source of income because all of the faction servers were based on an economy. You had to make allies, you were making enemies, being able to raid a base without having to blow up hundreds of layers of walls, without having to make complex cannon blueprints, really grinding and leading your faction to the top with a lot of hard work. But nowadays, things have drastically changed. Factions is far from what it used to be. The search for that vanilla style factions experience has become an endless search. Minecraft schematics allow people to automatically build cactus farms. Genbuckets are building walls for us, causing bases that stretch out for entire maps because of their wall size. Servers have you stored out with full diamond kits, often coming with protection 2 or protection 3, which indicates that it's most likely a server with custom enchantments, meaning it's an overpowered faction server. Usually these servers are known as OP faction servers. OP stands for overpowered, and these servers are very common nowadays. I find this very sad to see because the way the developers intended us to play factions is dying out rapidly. Support for the plugin has once stopped. OP faction servers have taken over our community. Genbuckets are able to build walls around your base in a matter of minutes. Minecraft alt accounts are AFKing the farms 24/7 with the use of console clients. Servers allow players to use Minecraft schematics, making the whole process of building farms too easy to be true. They have literally taken the whole grind of the factions aspect and brought it to an easier level, and all they did was expand it. Like, the bases got bigger, everything got bigger, but you killed the simplicity and everything is being done for us now. Like, there is 0 to no effort being done in factions anymore nowadays. I really wish to see a group of old school Minecraft players recreating a Minecraft faction server that is totally based off of the traditional way of playing. This would mean that everyone has to grind really hard to get to their progress. We would get the old school raids back, like back in the day, which would be more focused on PvP rather than blowing up walls for 6 hours straight. We would get old school bases back, since there is no more generating walls and or printing of any sort. Raiding will once again feel like it did back in the day, invading someone's base with your friends, killing them and overclaiming the territory, small scaled, simplified, traditional. I want to set up a server that is completely dedicated to a simplified version of factions. Simple land claims, simple raids, without gem buckets, no printer allowed, no alts allowed. I am really trying to get that old school slow paced vibe back that originated with factions, instead of a fast paced massive operation with hours and hours and hours of blowing up a person's base, due to their absurd amount of wars. I know that we can do this together. I personally think factions should absolutely not be the game mode to slowly die out. There is much more game modes to choose from.